Hello, welcome to this month's Viola's Flight Report, where we review what Vertical Aviation International is doing for you. I am James Viola, President and CEO of VAI. This month, I would like to address the important topic of workforce development. I hear from our members about their struggles to find experienced aviation workers. It is a problem that affects operational readiness. As a leader in the vertical aviation industry, VAI understands the importance of creating solutions to address our workforce shortage. In fact, workforce development is one of VAI's 5 strategic initiatives, with the vision of developing a pathway that helps attract and maintain the best workforce in the world. But our industry faces some obstacles around developing that pathway. To provide you with some context, in last month's VFR, I explored the challenges faced by many air tour operators whose businesses are at risk due to government overregulation. How does this tie into workforce development? Well, the National Park Service has imposed substantial restrictions on air tours over national parks. In some cases, air tour flights have been cut back to the point that those tour operators are no longer economically viable. Air tours frequently serve as entry points for pilots and maintenance technicians beginning their commercial aviation careers. There, pilots build their flight hours, and maintenance techs get the experience they need to be successful. According to Wes Vandell, Chief Flight Instructor in the University of North Dakota's Aviation Program, nearly 80% of UND flight instructor students go on to work in the air tour sector. Fewer air tour operators means there are fewer places where entry-level pilots and maintenance techs can get that valuable experience. This is why, even though you serve a completely different mission, cuts to the air tour sector can make your recruiting even more difficult. To make matters worse, the vertical flight industry is in competition with Part 121 air carriers for this scarce talent, and the major airlines have deep pockets and well-organized recruiting programs. So VAI is on a mission to help our industry build and sustain a robust workforce pipeline. To help more young people see the opportunities available in vertical aviation, VAI helped create rotor pathway programs in Utah and North Dakota. These innovative state programs bring together educators, operators, and government officials to prepare high school students for STEM careers in rotor wing aviation. Participating students have a direct path to the university aviation training programs and then connections to mentors and employers. The students are prepared for professional careers in an industry that needs them, and the state demonstrates support for its aviation industry. A win-win all around. If you are interested in starting a rotor pathway program in your state, please email Greg Brown, VAI Director of Education and Training Services, at the address on your screen. VAI also hosts the Mil to Civ workshop every year at our annual conference and trade show, Verticon. The Mil to Civ workshop provides military pilots and maintainers with valuable information about how to make the transition to the civil helicopter industry. Veterans who have recently made the switch themselves offer tips on how to best position oneself for a civilian career, including writing an effective aviation resume and preparing for the interview. But you do not have to wait until Verticon 2025 next March in Dallas. Join the Mil to Civ group on LinkedIn and get started today on your transition to a civil career. VAI also created a workforce development working group where members can collaborate on actions the industry can take to address the shortage. If you are interested in joining the Workforce Development Working Group and helping our industry address one of its major challenges, please visit rotor.org/workforce to learn more. Well, that wraps up this month's edition of VFR. Please email me with your comments or suggestions on how VAI can provide you with better service. Until next time, fly safe, stay safe, and keep powering up.